Welcome, Facebook Live. Getting going on Zoom here real quick. Hey, Lorne. There you are. Awesome. Sweet. While we're getting everything set up, waiting for other members to come join us. Today it's going to be Coach Dragonfly and Miss Leah Rose here.
Lethal Leah Rose.
Miss Lethal Leah Rose. So we're going to be training with you guys today. So awesome. Welcome you guys. Let's get this Muay Thai class started. Hopefully the camera can focus. All right. Give us 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Is that an issue on?
At
No.
the very end there's just a little bit, but no.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, if I'm a little blurred to you guys, that's fine. You won't need to see any fine details today. So,
And
first off,
we're working on quality.
we're working on it.
Work in progress.
It's coming along. First off, Sawadi Cop, thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for joining us. Let's get this party started. So, for those of you who are working out with us, getting the little thing going, let's do a little warm up real quick. So we're starting off just in place high knees, you guys. In place high knees. I want to get my knees up above my waistline. Up above my waistline. So just right here. I'm on my tippy toes on the ball of my foot. Make sure my calves are activated. Get my legs up into my chest. Couple more seconds. And then we're going down into squats. Feet shoulder width apart. My knees are staying behind my toes, you guys. I don't want to be doing this where I'm coming here. I want the knees to stay behind the toes. Good, strong back, strong neck. Couple more. Awesome, where you're at. And drop it down for push-ups. So push-ups, hands shoulder width apart. I'm dropping down, my elbows are scraping against my side, and I'm pushing back up. When I have a strong back, I don't want to be sagging my back down here, doing push-ups with just my upper body. I want good, strong back, engaged core, coming all the way down, all the way up, you guys. Couple more push-ups going along. And turn it over, tabletop crunches. I'm gonna have my feet out here. I'm lifting all the way up off the mat. All the way up. All the way up. I don't want to cross my feet. I just want to be right here. All the way up, you guys. Warming up that core. Couple more seconds. And stand it back up for me. Back to the high knees. Back to the high knees. Up above that waistline. Nice. Kind of like we're just running in place. And squats. Squats. Nice and low. Getting down, dropping to or below 90 degrees, you guys. Miss Leah might be hopping off screen here every once in a while. She is our tech person as well as training with us today. So she's getting all this good quality video straight to you guys. Awesome. Couple more. And drop it down for push-ups. Once again, you guys, I want my hands shoulder width apart. I don't want to spread them out like this. I don't want to do diamond push-ups yet. We'll work up to that. But nice shoulder width apart. Scraping the elbow along the rib cage, you guys. Nice, all the way down, all the way up. I don't want to just be down here doing this. I don't want to be coming here and this. All the way down, all the way up. Full range of motion. A couple more push-ups. And flip it over. Tabletop crunches. Tabletop crunches. Coming all the way up. Almost bringing our chest to our knees.
Hopefully there's audio.
Hearing all you guys breathing hard already, I love it. Standing on up, last time, last time. Going through the high knees, you guys, going through the high knees. Remember, up past waistline. We want to warm up those hips, get those legs, those hamstrings, quads, all activated, blood flowing through them. Squats. Good, strong back. Our weight should be in our heels. If you can see, I'm lifting my toes off the ground right now. That means there's no weight in the front right here. I want it all in the heels. Drop down, push-ups. Couple more, you guys, couple more. We are almost there. Almost done with the... I'm breathing hard over here. Leah's breathing hard. You guys should be breathing hard. Perfect. Flip it over, tabletop crunches. Last one, last one. Time, stand it on up, you guys. Perfect. Hope everybody's nice and warm, ready to get this party started. So, one quick little additional thing we're gonna do to warm up is a little bit of shadow box training just on our 1 and our 2. So check it out. I'm in my good fight stance, you guys. Real quick, let's review our fight stance. So, I'm standing neutral right here. Shoulders, feet all lined up. Dominant side, it's gonna take a natural step back. Notice, I'm not stepping back to here. I don't wanna be bladed. I still want my feet about shoulder width apart, but natural step back. Foot's out at 45. I got a slight bend in my knees. I'm up on the ball of my foot. Get a little extra bend. That way I can move around and my hands come up. Once again, I don't wanna be here, you guys. I wanna be here. Hips forward in my fight stance. So right here, hips forward. This is gonna make my kicks, my hips, nice and elastic. That way I can whip those things around. So we're in our good fight stance. Check it out. The first little drill, I'm gonna do jab cross, and I'm gonna synchronize with my feet. So as I jab, my rear foot's gonna drop to the heel, and I'm gonna lift onto the ball of my foot, my lead. Now, as I alternate and I throw that cross, I'm gonna pivot. So I'm just lifting and pivoting, you guys. So if you check it out from this view, lift and pivot. So as those punches come out, I'm lifting, I'm engaging those hips, rotating those shoulders. Just back and forth. So if you got a mirror, if your TV's extra reflective, wherever we're coming to you from, check out your technique in that reflective surface. That way you can make sure it looks like just what we're doing up here on screen. Think about synchronizing those feet too, you guys. That way, when we're in there, we're fighting, we're boxing. When those shots come, I'm pivoting. I'm getting my hips engaged, my shoulders engaged. That's where all my power is coming from. Perfect. Awesome. And time. So, today we're going to chat a little bit about shadow boxing. Some of the things you guys want to look out for when you're shadow boxing. Some of the things is going to help you out with, and proper way to really do it. So, starting off, when I'm shadow boxing, one big thing I see is people just kind of sit right in front of them. They just kind of stay right here. Shadow boxing, I want all 360 degrees. So as I'm moving around, I'm cutting angles, I'm turning, I'm making sure. I want to visualize an opponent. I want to visualize how they move, how they would move in a fight. Once again, add your defenses in, you guys. Add your defenses in. Very important right now. That way, when you're actually sparring, when you're actually fighting, those defenses can tie smoothly into your offense. So that way, we're shadow boxing, here, 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 boom, I can defend, go back to shadow boxing. So making sure I'm getting full 360 kind of range. Exactly. From what I can see, you guys look pretty good. Getting that full range. Once again, cut corners left and right. You know, don't just go in one direction. Here, 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 and here, but switch it up. Maybe they're switching their feet. Boom, move forward, move back. A lot of motion. One of the things I like to do, rocker shuffle. So I hop back and forth on my feet. This makes me extra mobile. So as you see, if you watch me shadow box, I'm moving around a lot like this, maintaining my stance the whole time. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this and square my stance. I don't want to come here. All right, good stance the whole time. Circling, making sure I got a good base and good power and good balance. Time. So, check it out, you guys. When I'm throwing punches, right now, let's focus on our boxing portion of our shadow boxing. When I'm throwing punches, I want to make sure I'm pivoting and getting my full range of motion. I don't want to do little punches here because that's not my full range. I want to make sure I get every inch of that attack. That way I can break someone's guard from the furthest distance. So as I throw, I pivot, get my shoulder into it, and I'm hitting with my two big knuckles. Two big knuckles right here, you guys. These two, right here. Visualize hitting that. I'm not punching down here. I'm not punching up here. I'm hitting where someone my size would be. I'm hitting where their chin would be. So as I throw those punches, I'm getting that good full range, pivoting on the strikes that I want to pivot on, and really extending that. Once again, if I don't pivot, my punch is only this long. Now watch, as I pivot, I gained an extra, I don't know, half a foot. So that's really going to change the distance and the power of your strikes. Last little thing, especially when we're boxing, add in that head movement, you guys. Bob and weave, bob and weave. We got our slips, elbow to hip, boom, right here, right here. Yep, slipping back and forth. We can bob, just the bob without the weave. This is a really good one for the legs. And then bob and weave, going all the way under. When I bob and weave, you guys, I don't want to come down here where I'm looking at the ground. I want good, strong back the whole time. Boom. Keeping that head up, keeping that chin tucked in. Now, one of the really good things to do when you're shadow boxing is if you have a tennis ball, a racquetball, something like that, put it under your chin, try to hold it. If you really want to up the stakes, grab a fresh egg, put it under your chin, hold it. That way you know your chin's tucked. I see too many people out here like this, boom. That's our target. We want to hide our target. So making sure the chin's tucked while we're shadow boxing. Last big thing with our boxing, shadow boxing, is I'm turning my punch over every time. Notice it comes out, my palm is still facing the matted wall. But as I connect, I'm going to turn that over. Boom, right there. So it comes out, turns over. Comes out, turns over. If you know Bruce Lee, he did the 1-inch punch. That's how he does it. It's all in the rotation, you guys. It's all in the rotation. So I want you guys at home, start shadow boxing. Just boxing. Just boxing. So we got our good boxing stance. We're going to get low. We're going to start using all those tools I just described. Adding in our head movement. Roll, roll, shadow box. Boom, cover, 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 cover. Shadow box. Nice. If you got that tennis ball or that racket ball, making sure you're keeping that tucked under the chin, you're hiding that chin with the shoulders as you punch. Nice. Beautiful. Time. So now let's go over the leg portion. We got a lot of round kicks. Of course, when I'm throwing round kicks in a real fight, I don't want to go spinning all the way through, because that's time where my back's to the opponent. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called a little hip break. So as I throw the kick, I'm going to bring it back. Notice I still engage the hip. My hips are rotating. If I this kick hard, I could, but midway through, maybe he's knee blocking, or maybe he's out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw, bring it back. Tuck that knee back into the chest, bring it back around to the other side. You got doing it with the rear, doing it with the lead. Once again, engage the hips. I don't want to just be here where my hips staying in the same place. I want to make sure that thing's coming all the way around. Boom. Yeah. So that's how we shadow box those round kicks. Once again, make sure we're pivoting. Make sure we got good hand positions. All right? Making sure our technique is on point for what we're trying to do, because shadow boxing is a very good tool for refining that technique. Now let's go on to teeps. If you got enough room in your house, wherever you're at, I want my teep to have that full extension. Boom. I'm extending my hip too. I'm not just coming here, I'm coming here. Where that hip comes out, that's how I'm going to get that power. Bang. Once again, I get a little lean. That helps my balance. Come right back to it. Right here. And we're going both sides too. Not stepping down through, but coming back to our stance each time. Nice. Make sure we're not knocking any faces off counters, not breaking anything in your homes. I don't want to be responsible for that. But make sure you're getting that good full extension. Perfect. And then last but not least, our defenses for the legs. We got our checks, we got our knee blocks, and of course, we got just getting out of the way. We call it the hollow man sometimes, where we're here or we're here. We're out. Once again, I got long guard up here, I'm out, and then I'm back in. So you got your shield, you got your knee block, and then you got your hollow man. Perfect. Remember your targets for these as well. When we're throwing kicks, we're going for that inside or outside thigh, right above the knee where the muscle kind of connects. That's where we want to visualize that target. Visualization, especially for shadow boxing, is very important, you guys. That way, we know we can be accurate with our strikes, and we know we can respond to incoming strikes. Takes a little bit of imagination, but start trying to visualize what the person looks like. That's why I like kind of shadow boxing in front of a mirror. I've already got kind of a picture of somebody looking back at me. It's myself. But once I start getting there, they're throwing strikes. I defend against those strikes that they're throwing. I'm throwing the same ones. If you don't have a mirror, visualize that body, what color gloves they have, what color hair they have, if they're leaving their chin out or their chin's tucked. That way, you're just getting that little extra. Perfect. Now, let's put it all together, you guys. So, full Muay Thai shadow boxing. I'm getting that full extension on those punches. When I throw my kicks, I'm still pivoting and engaging the hip, but I'm bringing it back. I'm doing my little hip break as I do. and I'm moving around, getting full 360 degrees. Make sure we're breathing too. Breathing on all of our strikes. I don't want to be holding my breath. That's how I get tired very easily. So breathing every strike. All right, time. So real quickly, that was it for our shadow boxing portion. I want to give you guys a couple of exercises just specifically for shadow boxing to keep the cardio up. One of my favorite ones is a minute on, 30 seconds off. I'll go like 3 rounds, but for that minute, I'm going as fast as I can. I usually just do it with my boxing techniques because I can get moving really fast, but minute on, 30 seconds off. Those 30 seconds, I'm just working on my defenses, all right? Working on all my defenses. But for that minute, you guys, I want you going full speed. Really trying to move around, get those arms kind of pumped out. I like the double roll. Bang, all right? Making sure we're nice, quick, and snappy. Now, let's get to a little bit of technique, you guys. If you got gloves, if you got somebody there that can just kind of hold palms as mitts for you, grab them. If not, that's fine. We'll just be working it in the air as well. Awesome. So, we've been working a lot of counters this month, especially off the jab cross. You get fed the jab cross a lot. It's, you know, some of the most common punches, jab cross hook. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go off those kick counters that we were doing, and we're going to modify them just a little bit for the knees. So, we've seen this before for most of us. Should be a little bit of a review, but we're going to have some good pointers in there where to implement it. So if she's throwing her cross, we're doing our counters where we're coming out, we're clearing, we're kicking, or we're doing the pat, kick, or we're just out of range, you guys. Same with the jab, Jab comes, I'm either clearing high guard, or I'm parrying and kicking, or I'm just out of the way. So those were the kick counters we've been working. Now let's kind of mix it up for the knees. Let's say she's coming forward on those strikes. If she's coming forward, that's when I'm going to throw my knee. She's going to walk right into that thing. Of course, depending on the length of your legs, knees are as long as punches. So if she throws her cross out and holds it right here, I can knee her. I know that. But it depends on the person. I got kind of long legs. Some people got shorter legs, more torso. It really depends on your build. I really like this as she's coming in. Boom, right there. So, first one's first. Let's go off all the left side, off the jab. So we got our 3 basic kind of hand positions for these. If she feeds, I got my long guard where I'm coming across, throwing that knee down. I've got my 2-handed pull where that comes. I'm pulling into that. And I've got my pat and my drop. So as that comes, I'm clearing this across this side. Same thing we were doing with the kick. But as that happens, I'm throwing that knee up there. We don't need to do any quick switching or stuff for that knee. One of my favorite ones is as that comes, I'm just popping it up there. Especially if they're moving forward, they're going to walk right into that. Now, off the cross, we got the same 3 hand positions. So I got the long guard right there. I've got the double pull right there. And I've got the pat, kind of drop my shoulder, let it go past me. So real quick, let's review those hand positions, very important. First off, the jab. That jab's coming right down the center, so we're going to use our long form to clear that out of the way as that knee comes. The second one, what I'm going to do as that jab comes, I'm coming out both hands. I'm going to come, I'm just going to kind of drag along the arm. Usually the momentum of that will pull them into, the momentum of their own punch will pull them into the knee. So as that jab comes, boom, I pull them into that. And then the third one, I'm just going to parry. So I'm going to clear across that center line. As this hand drops, our other hand just kind of drops behind our back, and that knee comes up, you guys. So, same hand positions for the jab as the cross, just different sides. So cross this time, clearing here, cross, here, and cross, here. So, a good drill to do this with, especially if you have a partner, she's going to feed just light and slow jab crosses at me as she comes forward. She's going to come forward. And as I feel that, I'm going to throw one of those counters. Okay? Keep the chin tucked. You might get touched a little bit. That's fine. I'd rather get touched on the forehead and exchange it for a knee to the body instead of being touched on the chin. That's probably going to end the fight if they're strong. So one more time. She's coming forward. Depending on which one I want, I can clear. If it's the jab or if it's the cross, I can clear and throw that knee. So if we're not with somebody at home, if we don't have a partner, check it out. I'm just working on those hand positions specifically. Starting off with the first one, long form, you guys. Long form. This hand stays tight. This hand clears up top. I like to kind of go above forehead line. That way, if I'm going here, some people taller than me might be punching over my arm. So I'm coming above forehead line as that knee comes out. The second one, both hands are coming out, and I'm going to guide down into my pocket. So this diagonal line down, I'm guiding into that pocket. Making sure I got good knee technique as well. I'm lifting onto the ball of my foot. I'm tucking my heel into my butt, and I'm pointing the toes, you guys. Pointing the toes. So that's what my good knee looks like, making that thing look like a spear. Last but not least, as that cross comes, I'm going to use my parry, clear it across center line, drop the knee, or drop the hand, throw the knee. So one more time, that cross comes, clear center line, throw the knee. Second side, same thing, long form. We got the double pull, and we got the pat and drop. Perfect. Now, Lee, if you want to toss your gloves off, we're going to do a little bit of just ideas for you guys training at home. Those of you that got roommates, girlfriends, boyfriends, spouses, kids, all great training partners, you guys. Show them a little bit of how to hold, how to hit. They'll get right into it. So she's just going to use her palms as focus mitts. The focus mitt really is just like a big palm that we can hit, but without them, we can just use the palms as the focus mitt. I'm not going to be blasting because I don't want to injure the wrist, but I'm just going to feed her a jab cross, boom, boom, and notice what she's doing. She's meeting my punch. She's meeting my punch, so she's giving back a little bit. I don't want her, so just relax your hands for a minute. Yeah, I don't want her just relax because it could have me hyperextend the elbow. It's not like I'm actually hitting a body or a real person. So as I feed, she's going to touch a little bit. Jab cross, jab cross. Once again, good technique. Now for the hook, she's just going to hold her palm out like that. Yes, exactly. Hook, hook, catching it, center line. Boom, boom. So jab cross hook, just like that. So it's that easy, you guys. Just having somebody with two hands, they could be a little mitt holder for you. Other than that, grab yourself some jump ropes. Good at-home training. I'm going to be doing some more jump rope stuff. Work on your shadow boxing. Find yourself a mirror. A couple of good tools to have. Like I said, a racquetball, lacrosse ball, tennis ball, something to stick under the chin. That way, we're making sure we're tucking that chin as we're shadow boxing. And keep thinking about those little details I gave you. Once again, we're uploading all this stuff to Facebook, YouTube. We're saving it so that way you guys can go back and rewatch it and get that technique. Other than that, thanks for joining us on Zoom. This was our first Zoom class. Most classes are going to be through this as well. Once again, Facebook Live is also going on, so thank you guys for showing up. Other than that, Muay Thai, we are done. Sawadee Kap. Thanks for joining us, you guys. We'll be training like this from here on out. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon once this whole coronavirus thing blows over. Sweet.